Hey Taurus, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot for your personal growth and spiritual development. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your love reading for the month of September. We're going to draw as many cards as necessary, but the majority of the cards have a specific message for you, and I'll explain in the position what they mean, okay? We're going to be looking at your love potential, who could be coming towards you this month, and some advice and potential challenges, any potential challenges that you might be facing. So, without further ado, my darlings, I've already meditated and it was beautiful. The meditation was beautiful, actually, so gorgeous. It's lovely. And I've already shuffled. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, my darlings. So, as I said, each card has a specific message. So I'll talk to you through that as we go, my darlings. Okay. I've not really looked at the card at the base of the reading, though I've said that in every single reading, and I've always referred to it. So let's look at yours. It's the Eight of Cups. So it's essentially the focus for you guys when it comes to love in September is about walking away from challenging emotional cycles, purging those things, releasing those things from your body, from your emotional body, and then obviously moving toward your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment. So we've got some clarifiers that are already available, that are already out. So these two are clarifiers, as is this. I will know where this one goes as the reading continues. Now we're going to start here. Now this card is significant. They're all significant, but this is the message for your overall energy or focus when it comes to love in the month of September, and that is the Five of Swords. Interestingly, number 5 is about change. So before we even got into the reading, we've got two energies of movement and of change and of shifting karmic cycles when it comes to love. The sword energy is about your thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, your awareness in a nutshell, okay? What you allow yourself to know, what you allow yourself to think. There's a change in perspective that you are due to have. And that it can be quite challenging for us at times. There's something just came. This is what it is. It's like for some people, this is you believed that somebody had treated you unfairly, that someone was bad bad to you, or someone cheated on you, or whatever. You believe that someone treated you unfairly. And so that made you feel stoic in a way of how you could treat them. You thought, well, you imagined or you believed for some reason that this person had hurt you, this person had used you, this person had betrayed you, whatever. So that meant that affected your behaviour and how you treated them. It wasn't true. It wasn't true. So your beliefs, your ideas of this person who was really bad to you, who was lying to you or whatever, it wasn't true. There needs to be a shift in that way of thinking. It's as if you have had, there's been false, you've built your perception of somebody or something relationship wise on a falsehood. And that falsehood has driven your attitude, behaviour, treatment of another person or of that situation. Now, love is karma. Love equals karma. Karma equals love. So for some people, this might not be to do with relationships, as in, intimate relationships, if you will. It might be to do with family. But what this card indicates is a shift, a change in your perspective is coming. And as I said, releasing and walking away from difficult, challenging, emotional cycles that you've been in. I feel like this is the clarifier for this card, actually, for your 5 of Swords. And we've got this 9 of Wands here. So there's this is for shorthand PTSD, post-traumatic stress. It's like something has, past treatment, past situations, past relationships, this past situation, this other situation has left you scarred in a way, has left you wounded in a way that you didn't realise how you were thinking, how you're treating people. It's like, for example, like, let's say that you believe that your ex-boyfriend cheated on you. And so that has hardened you. This is an example. That has hardened you to believe and to think and that all men, that you can't really trust men, or that you can't really trust him, or you can't really trust that person. And it's hardened you in a way, and it's made you feel sort of defensive in a way, defending your own sort of vulnerability. And it's as if you realise now, for some reason, you sort of learn that actually that wasn't true. That person didn't cheat, or that person didn't lie. They were just whatever. It's like you realise that it wasn't true. It was like based on a falsehood. There's a feeling of feeling wounded here, but also recognising the impacts of that, how it's affected you physically, how it's affected you emotionally. There's a change coming. We see a change coming. There's understanding with the number 9 always. Remember, it is Virgo season. There's understanding with the number 9, and there's also change with the number 5, and there's, in our perspective, and there's also movement with the number 8 toward new karmic cycles when it comes to our emotions. So let's look at this card in this position. This is what or who you could encounter or experience in the month of September. And we've got the King of Swords. So if it's beautiful, we've got truth here. Okay, so if it's what we can encounter, this is truthfulness. This is speaking your truth. This is clarity of thought. This is acting on your truth. This is understanding. It's masculine energy. So we always act when we see a masculine energy, like the kings, like the pages, like the knights. That means that we're doing something, we're moving somewhere, we're acting on what we now feel or think or understand. Okay, and in this instance, it's what we think, understand, and we're communicating that. This could be that as I said, truth comes to you, or you finally understand the truth. It's that type of energy. Like, as I said, there's been a falsehood that you've built this type of feeling on, if you will, and now comes through the truth. If it's a who, it's a earth sign, very clearly, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So in this position, when we're looking at who you could encounter, and we get a court card, we know that this is indicative of that sign. So someone of an earth sign. So it could be an earth sign, but ultimately as well, it's about that pursuit of truth acting on our truth, clarity of mind, clarity of thought that you have with this energy. So you guys, as I said, even though we have, it seems difficult when we have the number 5 of swords and when we have the number 9 of wands, but actually what that shows us is awareness. It means that we're growing in our awareness. It means that we're realizing something's not quite right. I need to shift something. I need to shift my perspective. And with the 9 of wands, be like, wow, man, that affected me. Like, that really bothered me. That really hurt me. But it's the awareness of that. So it's always progress when we see these energies. And then again, as I said, emphasized spectacularly by the King of Swords. You know, the only one, I suppose, which would be more clear would be the Ace of Swords. But, you know, we but we've got the King here. So that is showing you, Taurus, that there is a level of truth. There's a level of clarity coming towards you in the month of September when it comes to love, okay? So we've got the your perspective or your past. So were you, or, oh gosh, hang on a second. That's very interesting, that, isn't it? Don't worry. I've done extra cards, which is interesting because I didn't know that I was doing that. You should only have 6. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You've got here 3 perspective or your past. So where you're coming from as you enter September, what are you feeling, thinking when it comes to love situations, Magician? So you're in a place where you are potentially wanting to manifest. You know, you're coming from this position, this beginning, this enterprising place of self-assertion, self-actualization, self-awareness. Awareness that as you enter September, awareness that when it comes to love and relationships, whether you're single or whether you're in a committed relationship, whatever your status, you come into this month with a clear understanding of, I can make this a success. Whatever this is that you want to be successful, you come in with that awareness of, I can make this a success. And we've got that energy of creation here. So some of you could be wanting to create a new type of relationship, a new type of way of being and interacting with your partner, or in the way that you interact in your love life. Now, interestingly, we've got number 4 here, and I'm going to use these 2 together actually, because I know definite that this is your love potential and love lesson for the month of September, and we'll use this to clarify it, okay? So let's have a look. So love potential and love lesson for the month of September for you guys. Wow, I told you, because I knew it, okay? I knew that before when I was dealing, that this is the card that's going to tell us your love potential, even though it's usually the position in number 4, as you see in my little crude notes here. This is based on the Tree of Life, by the way. These placements are based on the Tree of Life, the first 6 emanations of the Tree of Life, okay? So that's why they're given these. Anyway, love potential, love lesson in the month of September is the 2 of Cups. Wow. So we've got soulmate energy. Now we've got the 1 and we've got the 2. We've not seen this card yet. We're going to look at this one in a second, okay? This is going to clarify for us. We understand and recognize that there's potential for this type of soulmate connection for you guys in the month of September. It's beneath this card, these 2 cards here, okay? This fear, potentially, this nervousness, potentially. Some of you might have been out of the game for some time, you know. Some of you might have been out of the game for some time. And now it's a case of, okay, I am ready to go forward, because you're coming into this month thinking, okay, I'm ready to move on, I'm ready to go forward. Sometimes, always, I should say, it's so important to recognize and understand the impact of how things affect us. You know, it's one thing to say, oh, well, I just always use this example because it's quick and easy. I was cheated on, so then therefore I don't trust people in relationships, for example. Yeah, that's an easy example. But it doesn't just affect you in that one way. It permeates your self-esteem, your identity, your perspective on other things, your self-confidence in other areas that have got nothing to do with romance. So when we see these two energies here, the Five of Swords, the King of Swords, the Nine of Wands, what we're seeing here is an engagement with the understanding of how this past relationship, treatment, etc., situation in your old relationship, how it's affected you now. So when you have this potential for love, this new potential for love, this card is winking at me now. When you have this new potential for love, you have this new relationship that's coming forward, potentially this new connection. We've got the Two of Cups here, so we've got soulmate energy. We've got balanced, we've got duality, we've got people feeling the same on both sides. We've got you, Taurus, feeling the same as somebody else when it comes to love. When we have those type of connections, it can leave us feeling nervous, but we still must go for it and recognize that soulmate connections, as I said, love is karma. So love helps us to learn about ourselves, helps us to grow, helps us to understand, helps us to heal. So we must engage with love. Even if we are afraid, we must still do it. Now, this is your clarifier for this card. See, I mean, it's the same thing, you know, we've got this fear. The thing, you know what I was saying about, bear with me a second, let's have a drink of water. You know what I was saying about the number 9? The difference between the number 9 and the number 8 is it with the, and you can see because the blindfolds are there, with the number 8, there's the cycles that we're stuck in. So in this way, we're stuck in a way of thinking. In this way, we're stuck in a way of feeling. We just don't realise it yet. We don't realise that we bind ourselves to old beliefs, that we bind ourselves to old anxieties or repetitive thoughts. We can't even hear the repetitive thoughts because we're so used to thinking in that way about ourselves. All guys, all men are cheaters, all women are cheaters, whatever it is for you in your life, yeah? But with a number 9, and especially, so we've got this one as well, but with the number 9, it's awareness. So remember, we know it's Virgo season. We know that number 9 is related to the Hermit energy, and we know that the Hermit energy is about actively engaging with what is within, trying to understand what you feel, actively reflecting, considering, thinking over the things that you've been through in the past. That, yes, it's challenging, but that, as I said, is what brings us into that awareness. So think about the 9 of Swords when she, the dark night of the soul, they call it, when she's in bed or he's in bed. I can't remember on the image if it's a man or a woman, but it doesn't matter. He's in bed, she's in bed, and all the swords are there, clear as bell, and they can't sleep because they're all on the wall. Yeah, good. Because at least you know then. At least you know. What I'm trying to explain and get out to you is that it might feel quite intense. This month, honestly, all the readings that I've done, every single one of the readings that I've done, Taurus, the message is the same. The message is the same. Peak experiences when it comes to love, when it comes to romance, when it comes to karmic, soulmate, love connections in the month of September are here for us all. And there ain't no getting away from that. There's peak experiences here for us all in September, and we have to engage. Some of us could be literally falling in love at first sight. The potential is here. The potential is here. And you look yourself at the at the person that you're interested in. You look at their star site, their video, and you tell me that it's not similar. Different cards, yeah, but message is the same. For all of us, the potential is here for love. The potential for the love that you want is here now. It's a gift. A gift. But are we going to accept that gift? Are we going to engage with it? I hope you do, Taurus. I hope you do. Right, number 5, challenge. So this is a challenge, the challenge that you might be facing. To be fair, we've had all the challenges here, I think, haven't we? Wow. This card, when I was shuffling, was at the base of the reading after I finished meditating, before I turned the camera on. And in the meditation, I was, it just came to me, you know, about you guys, about synchronicities. And that's been a message, actually. I'm going to write a post about it on Instagram some point this week, so keep an eye out. About synchronicities. So repeating, for me, it's been repeating numbers 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, all that stuff. So there's been synchronicities, and that thought came into my mind just as I was finishing up the meditation. I then shuffled the cards, put them, always looked at the book to the bottom of the deck. This was at the bottom of the deck, and then on the time on here was 1, 2, 3, which made me laugh. So I thought, well, there's obviously a significant message here, and I feel for you guys, it is about you being aware of these synchronicities. If you have dreams that are the thing is, it's almost like doesn't matter what signs you get, it's going to be hard for you to believe them. So if you're feeling, and because remember, so wand energy is about that. For example, the feeling of excitement, the feeling of fear, the feeling of creativity, the lightness that we feel in that space, how we feel physically when we imagine something, when we dream about something, that's wand energy palpably. That's wand energy moving through your body, moving through your subtle energy body. That's what it is. The key, the chi of life. That's what wand energy is. And 8s indicate new karmic cycles, new experiences. So it means an influx of this energy, an influx of new energy. So for some time, this is why some people call it the messenger card, because new energy, new understanding can come through a message, contact. But it's also something that you will feel. So the message can be from divine intervention, as I said. So you might keep seeing repeated numbers, you might keep hearing the same song, but you might keep having this feeling. You might be drawn magnetically to somebody. Even though you're afraid, you still might be drawn magnetically to somebody. You might dream about them. And you might want to deny that. No, it's not real. Yeah, even though I'm dreaming about that person or dreaming about that life, it's not for me. You might tell yourself, no. But remember where you've been, my love. Remember. This is the thing that you're trying to overcome, this energy of the fear, this energy of the doubting things in yourself, knowing that there's things that you need to change. So for some of you, there is going to be that here, love, soulmate connection, soulmate energy for you this month in September. It's happening. And some of you are going to be like, nah, man, I don't believe it. It's hard to believe it. It feels uncomfortable. I feel tense. I'm not sure. You're worried. You're panicking. Be worried, be panicked all you want. It's here and it's real. It's about you accepting it. Can you walk away from the challenging emotional experiences of the past? Can you do that? Because there's soulmate energy here for you to engage in. There's that energy for you to engage in, and you have to be the person that actually takes the steps toward that soulmate love. Okay, now we've got this card in this position, which is the advice or how to achieve balance in the month of September when it comes to love. This is your clarifier for that. So let's have a look. Wow, I mean, listen, this is what I'm saying. You've got to listen, I've said this in all my videos, man. You think that I'm just dealing cards randomly, like what's she doing when she deals a card? No, there's a purpose for the positioning of these cards, okay? This is beautiful. What's the advice? You tell me what the advice is. Tell me what the advice is, Taurus. You tell me. You know what the advice is, Taurus. You know what the advice is. The advice is, it is time for a new emotional beginning. Yes, I need to go for it. Even though I'm afraid. And I know you're afraid, because look at these cards we've got 5 of swords, 8 of swords, 8 of cups, 9 of wands. Yeah, we can sense that I understand the fear. I understand the reluctancy maybe, or the fact that the urge to want to protect yourself, I get that. But this is your advice, a new emotional beginning. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's like a tower right there, because it literally shakes you to your core. This could be love at first sight for people. This could be, like, as I said, peak emotional experiences for you, Taurus, in September. You've got this card to clarify it. We're going to look at it together. I don't know what it is. I hope it's good. Oh my gosh! Taurus! Mate. You have to listen. I'm gonna have to do a preview for this reading because you'll be like, I'm not reading. You need to watch this reading to the end. Wow. What do you want me to say? This is your advice. Go for it. Be you. Be happy. Feel secure. Don't, even if you're vulnerable, it's fine. Because you are in a place now to go toward this love. Look, he's literally walking toward you 2 of cups here, babe. You're literally walking, just because of the positioning, you're literally walking toward your 2 of cups, your 9 of cups. The love, the love, the love is here. You can you can have it. You can achieve it. You can reach it. That's beautiful. This is the happiest card in the deck, and this is about action. This is about being who we are, feeling comfortable being who we are in the world, showing ourselves, expressing ourselves, being vulnerable. Yes, new emotional beginnings are here. This is beautiful. Happiness is here, and a soulmate is here for you, even if you are afraid. Now, there's another message that for some reason wanted to come out for you guys, so I'm going to read you that message. So let's have a look. Okay, it's additional for you. I feel like you obviously need you need some nurturing, so let's have a look at it. This is where you've been, okay, stuck. But this is a place I was reading last week that Capricorn is a sign, Saturn is a planet for, it's a liberator. It's the sign which has got the most potential on the planet, which has got the most potential to liberate us from our thoughts of what responsibilities are and should be, from our repetitive negative thoughts, emotions, from our old ways of thinking and being. It's about releasing ourselves from that. When you stay, so some of you have been here for a long time, you know. It's feeling that way, thinking that way, stressing yourself out, tense about love, about situation. Could be with the Capricorn, actually. This could be a message because it's a Capricorn. That's Capricorn's card, but it might not be. Stuck in the same place, thinking the same thing. Actually, you stay underground for so long, you know, you stay defeated for so long. Eventually, you have a breakthrough. And that, it's about releasing. That's what the devil energy gives us. When we're in, think about it in this, even if you want to think about it in the most crudest sense, you know, in forms of addiction, which obviously is a mental which is an illness, you know, but the people, once they overcome that, they have to go through the program to overcome it, the stealth type sets program. Some of those people would never, ever, ever have got the help that they needed for their issues that existed before they were an alcoholic, before they were an addict, addicted to whatever they were addicted to. They would have never gone to seek counselling. They would have never gone to seek help if it wasn't for the toxicity of how their life is now. It's like those situations help us to break free of. So for you, the message is so strong. The message is so strong here, Taurus. And it's a similar one to the Scorpio, which is you've got to break free. You've got to break through. I just snuck a look at this card as Tiny comes, and look what it is, the full card. Come on, then. Oh, Taurus it is. Yeah, Tiny. They've had a good reading, haven't they? Tiny comes, you know it means business. Tiny come at the time when it says the full card. Start again, new beginning, Taurus. It's time for this. It's time now for you to... I mean, listen, we're walking away from this nonsense here. We're walking away from it. Not nonsense in the sense that it's insignificant. Nonsense in the sense that it no longer makes sense for you to hold on to or be stuck in that way of thinking anymore. It no longer makes sense for you to do that. It's time for you to move on, to walk away, to break free, to come, as I said, literally to come up ground and to recognise it is time for me to release now. It is time for me to get over this. It's time for me to go toward the love that is necessary, that I want, that's here, that presents itself to me in the month of September. Even if I'm afraid, you cannot avoid what the universe is showing you and giving you this month in September. You can't avoid it because it's there. The love, the connection, the magnetic pull, the happiness, the joy that you feel around this person, with this person. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna stay here, or are you gonna go for it? Which is what this is your advice, remember? This is your advice here. Go for it, new emotional beginning, be yourself, be vulnerable, be free, because this is love of a lifetime, Taurus. You just have to release the old. You just have to walk away from that. You just have to recognize that how you felt previously, how the situations were previously, how the love was previously, if you were cheated on previously, it doesn't mean that it's going to keep happening to you. It means it happened because it was trying to teach you something about you that you needed to know, that you needed to see, that you needed to understand. I don't know what that was. You will. You've learnt the lessons now. The truth has come through. Now it's time to seize these opportunities. And look, I'll just leave these ones here so you can actually see them. Happiest cards in the deck. Love, 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 love. You have got everything within your power now to bring this love to fruition. You have got that. So what are you gonna do, Taurus? What are you going to do? Oh, right, look at that. Let's leave those there for you, my loves. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to share this video far and wide with all the Tauruses that need to see it, and anyone else who needs to see it, those people dating Tauruses. Subscribe if you've not already. Like if you've not already. Comment, I will read them. Watch your intuitive bi-weekly reading up until the 12th of September. It's fabulous as well, my darlings. I'll link it at the end of this video. I'll be back not next week because it's my week off next week, but the week after. I will be taking bookings for personal readings because it's just getting ridiculous, the amount of people that I want in readings. I'll start taking them in about 2 weeks time. I'll put a post out on my social media. Have a wonderful, loving, beautiful, romantic month when it comes to love in September. Taurus, I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited for you. Go for it, my darlings. Go for it. All right, take care, my darling Taurus. Bye.